A recent post by the global football body FIFA has stirred a storm of reactions across Nigeria at a showcase in the burning Kebbi Stadium project in Kebbi State on the banner of its official X and Facebook accounts. The facility, co-funded with the Nigerian Football Federation, was said to have cost $1.2 million, with people questioning the way the funds meant for the project were utilized. Built under the FIFA Forward program, the stadium was meant to symbolize progress in grassroots football, but as the photo circulated online, fans flooded social media with outrage and speculation. Some people interpreted FIFA's post as a subtle jab at the NFF following recent allegations of fund mismanagement. The FIFA Forward program also funded another mini stadium in Ubordo, Delta State. However, according to reports, the General Secretary of the Nigerian Football Federation, Dr. Mohammed Sanusi, has insisted that the body terminated the contract of the handler of the FIFA-funded mini stadium in Ubordo, Delta State, for failing to return to the site within the stipulated time after receiving about $500,000 for the project. Joining us on the morning show to get the record straight on these two projects is Amaju Pinnick, OFR ROI, Deputy Chairperson, FIFA Men's Competition Committee, and Presidential Advisor to the CAF President. Good morning, Mr. Pinnick. Good to see you on the morning show again.
Thank you. This is my home.
Yeah, it's the home. I think the only person that's come here twice in our new studio. In person, I believe so. All right.
Yeah, it's a privilege.
Yes. Great to have you. So let's go straight in. Today is to get the facts straight. There have been conversations, and we also have had conversations here, around $1.2 million allocated to the Burning Kebbi Stadium. And if you look at it, it doesn't look anywhere close to that amount of money. Maybe you can share with us what really transpired. I know we've been able to cite the document for the call to tender for the project. What was the process like? How did you end up appointing the contractor? To what extent was oversight done? And how much was the contractor paid? And why do we have this shell of a stadium that ought to have cost $1.2 million?
Yeah, ordinarily, I don't think I would have come for this interview because the chairman, National Sports Commission, dealt with it in another studio, A to Z of it, because he was part of it. He was part of the Nigerian Football Federation. But it's also good to spread the gospel of objectivity, transparency, and integrity. And that and at our level, we should be able to come out to say, to protect institutions. It's not just coming there to defend. We must protect institutions in Nigeria. Where we need to protect them, we'll expose them where we need to expose them. We'll project the country where we need to project the country. Absolutely. It's very critical. You know, we are going through a lot right now globally in terms of image. We do not need this. Now, let me go straight. Let me not digress. First, the processes, the protocols, the procedures that were used to award those contracts were global and also in line with our public procurement acts. Everything went through the books. Tenders were made. You saw the tenders. And people bidded for the job. Companies bidded for the job. The company that won the job to do the one in Kebbi is not new. Aaron Construction Company, the Abeokuta Stadium they used for a National Sports Festival, he built it in 1999. He revamped it for the National Sports Festival. He was part of the building of this Teslim Balogun Stadium. He's done a couple of stadiums. He is a guru in sports infrastructure. And he won the bid. And what was the bid? When they say $1.2 million, $1.2 million at that point was 400 million naira. After going through the processes, he did everything he needed to do. So people should understand this. When I keep emphasizing that even in the face of COVID, there was no variation. Everything that to do, 400 million naira at that point. I mean, you bring in, they'll produce a synthetic turf. You fly it in. You take it to Kebbi State, they will do stabilization, they will do the foundation, they will do underground drainage, then, come on, 400 million naira for a project at that point. So if you look at it, he did it and is in phases. Let me also tell you about the FIFA funds. I'm a member of FIFA, very proudly, and there are some things that I know that I just want to keep educating the public. There's what's called an agreement between the MA, which is the member association, and FIFA, on what they want to do. It's called the COA, the the contract agreement. Once you agree this is what you want to do, FIFA will look at it in line with their own processes, in line with the statutes. If it's in line with their processes in terms of forward programs, FIFA accepts it. They sign the agreement and they implement. Okay. NFF is just like a conduit. FIFA pays, and based on the contract, FIFA says, once you start, I think they pay about 350,000. It's a milestone payment. Okay. Everything properly done. So when I hear people speak, it doesn't only baffle me, it hurts me. You know why? Because when you keep going out screaming, Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that, we have lost a lot because of all those kind of casting of unnecessary aspersions.
Okay. Before we go there, Nigeria was not the only beneficiary of the FIFA Forward program. Yeah. You have Mauritania, Cabo Verde, Zambia, and when you look at what they did with the funds, it's a far cry from what Nigeria did with the funds. And this is the issue. Yeah. It's not about anybody trying to demarket Nigeria or trying to cast aspersion on the nation. It's because we're in the digital age. People have Googled, they've seen what they have in Mauritania, they've seen what they have in Cabo Verde, Zambia, all of which are much smaller footballing nations than Nigeria. So why is there the variation between what other countries got and what we got?
Let me tell you, I can also educate you on it.
Please do, yes, I'd appreciate that.
The project they are doing in Abuja now, FIFA, when I took over as president of NFF, it was under Blatter. Blatter was giving $200,000 and $250,000 every year for 2 years when I came in. Then Gianni came in. One of his campaign promises was football money should be for football. He increased it from about 400%. From 250 to 1.250 million. 1,250,000. Now, a country can decide to say, an MA can decide to say, for the entire cycle of 4 years, instead of giving me 1.2, give me the 6 point whatever. With that, FIFA, you can also, that's why I say an agreement between FIFA and the MA. With that, they can now do something more sophisticated. And that's what they are doing in Abuja right now, with the hostels, with the pitches. Now, I'm sure they would have written, we were going to do it. So it's a story for another day. We were going to do it. When we signed our agreement with Morocco, Morocco is now a paradigm shift in terms of infrastructure development, which of course has given rise to their football astronomically. Now, we were going to do it. Myself, the now chairman of the National Sports Commission, even my vice president, we visited Morocco. We saw what they were doing. And we took the same thing and we came back under Dalong as a minister. But I knew what happened. It's a story for another day.
No, it's a story for today. Let's hear what happened. It's a story for today.
That dream was killed.
Why?
Immediately. You know why? They said, oh, Amaju was going to use it for my campaign. As petty as that. You see, we needed to get the blessing of the government because we needed the land, we needed all those things. But everything that we did, every move that we made, the move was to raise $10 million. Or to get about $6 million from FIFA. I'd approached some people, some of my friends in corporate Nigeria. $1 million whereby a facility will be named after them. For example, the training pitch will be named maybe after Aliko Dangote, the other one after Samad. We had done all these things. But that dream was killed. So we needed to do what we needed to do. There's no way $6 million would have done what we wanted to do. Build about 5 football pitches, 2 synthetic, 3 grass, with a hostel of 100 rooms, revamp the one that was there. It was a very lofty plan. You know, but like I keep saying, if you don't have a good synergy, harmony with your boss, with the government, there's very little you can achieve. So I'm not trying to prevaricate but it was a very difficult call. My 8 years reign as president of NFF was a tough call, and I'm still paying for it till tomorrow.
Okay. So let's get many sides to this conversation. I got a message by somebody called Money Michel. He said, NFF has consistently maintained that FIFA has not remitted the full payment of $1,180,000 for the Ugborogo project. Can anyone provide clarification on this, as we have yet to receive $1.2 million from NFF? We are willing and ready to complete this project, but FIFA is not transparent on the project funding. We do not compromise, but the NFF, beg your pardon, is not transparent on the project funding. We do not compromise our projects. Most times we fight corruption before we remain the best company in Nigeria, blah, 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 blah. The Kebbi project has more funding than Ugborodo project because the contractor agreed to blah, 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 blah. He didn't put anything there. The hurried pay contractor, the hurried pay the contractor and stop funding for the Ugborodo project after 2 years on the side. That's what this Money Michelle is saying. And I want you to talk to us about the Kebbi project and, this what Money Michelle is
I'll tell you about the Kebbi project. The Kebbi project was about $1.2 million.
And they said there were protests around the Kebbi project.
No. There was no single protest. Let me tell you, the Kebbi Stadium now is home to Kebbi United. It's home to Zamfara, not even in Kebbi State. And they've done a lot of tournaments on that pitch. When FIFA put that pitch on their website, it's saying that deep in the hinterlands of Nigeria, football is being played. Where people never dreamt of playing football, and that's the dream of Ugborodo.
That picture they put,
yes.
is there an updated picture that is better than that?
Yeah, they should.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Are you proud of this?
No, why shouldn't I be proud of it? This is a
Where
phase one for 1.2. That's the stand. That's 1.2 million. That's 400 million.
How many stands can that sit?
Is a 250 seating capacity. Why should I? How much is it to build a synthetic turf alone?
Oh, give us the cost.
Wait, with all of
you
that,
find out.
bonfire
If you're an investigative journalist, find out.
Well, I'm doing my findings. You're here.
Let me tell you. To build only a synthetic turf alone, find out how much it is.
You can
no,
tell us.
let me.
You don't
listen.
have. But with all this one, that tree, all
no,
it's
a mini stadium. What's a mini stadium?
but at least the surrounding will have been taken care of.
No, listen, it's a mini. The government can complement and do. And listen, everything that was done here, I'm telling you, 100% was done according to the books.
So this is $1.2 million. How much is this now?
No, $1.2 million. At this point, it's about 1.7 billion naira. How much is it to build this? How much do you use in buying fuel coming here today?
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
No, I didn't buy fuel
then this was 400 million naira at that point. Let's be real and let's be very objective. It's not just by saying, look at the pitch. What this pitch alone? Do you know what's on the basement of the base of that pitch? Do you know what's on the base, the engineering, the construction on the base of that pitch? Okay. So that it doesn't get flooded.
Oh yeah. So let's react to the Money Michel's something that he wrote.
I don't want to talk about Money Michel because it's going to be sub judice. We're in court in 4 places.
Where?
No. That's why I said in sub.
Where?
There's a case regarding my Aussie College, which is before an arbitration, and we've gone very far.
I collect money for you for Aussie College again.
Like I said, I am not. Aussie College is not in the creek. Aussie College is right in there. Aussie College produced 17 players in our Super Eagles. Yeah. 17. Our dream was to build an academy. But like I said, it's a story for another day. But trust me, let me tell you something today. Our laugh will come last. It's not by.
No,
it's not by.
So where else are you in court? Because it was Money
No.
Michel.
I'm going to. There are a lot of issues. But I said it is
because so somebody just sent me a message. God bless you with Money Michel. He was on radio station yesterday and he said a lot. He said he has a lot of receipts. So if you say you are in court, this man is tankering, putting information out there.
So like I said, it's not the same level of exposure. I'm not going to listen. I understand the dynamics and the theatrics of all these things. And trust me, it is sub judice. I know what is going on. I'm not going to go. Listen, I respect the courts of the land. Okay. And when I say something is sub judice, trust me, it's sub judice. Right. I am not going to answer some of those questions, but trust me, it will only take some time, but the truth will eventually come out. All right. When people are going to be in handcuffs, when people will be led to the gallows. Okay. Take it from me. And we are very serious about it. Because we have built our name for somebody to come and malign our name.
So what happened to Ugborodo?
For FIFA, for example, to make me the vice chairman of the World Cup committee, after coming from the Blatter's era of corruption, I know what FIFA went through in making me the vice chairman of that committee. I know the security, eligibility, all kinds of scrutiny that I went to, and somebody will just come from nowhere and tell you that this.
Because I don't know when this your court case will end. Because we need to know what really happened to Ugborodo.
No. Listen, the Ugborodo's project, like I said, everything that we needed to do. First, let me go to Ugborodo. For people that do not know, Ugborodo is escravos.
Yes.
I hate calling it escravos because it's a colonial coinage for the word land of slave. is my mother's village, very proudly. Ogborodo accounts for 29% of this country's oil wealth. Escravos tank farm, Chevron tank farm, everything is there. So it's like a federal government presence in that location. And they also have intercommunal football tournaments. Even from Oproza, from Ogidigbe, Ajudaibo, all the surrounding village, they have communal tournaments. And this one is just befitting for a place that produced so much for the country. And that's one of the reasons we took it there. Now, taking it there, everything went according to the books. And if you look at the contract, which, if it's allowed, you can share the contract. It's stated clearly. Everything is there accordingly. But like I said, NFF has terminated the contract. NFF has gone a step further, which of course will come to the light very soon. And everything will be seen. It's not by making noise, going to media. Listen, I went to school. I went to school to acquire knowledge. I didn't go to school.
How much was the
to rant.
project supposed to cost?
The Borough Stadium is about 1.18 million.
How much was deployed?
I think what has been paid is about $650,000 And people were talking about taxes. Say taxes were deducted. Naturally, taxes will be deducted. Article 3.2 of the contract is stated clearly that the contractor bears the liability of the totality of the taxes. Okay. It's there. So what I'm saying that everything went according to the books.
So all the money was deployed to Money Michel?
It is, listen, I told you according to milestone. Yeah. If, for example, if you are building your home.
So how much was given to Money Michel?
I know then what was given was about, I think the first tranche was about 350 or 300. Everything was handled by the bid committee headed by Kadiri, who was our DFA. The DFA is a chartered accountant.
And he just retired. This money.
Everything, and let me tell you something. When people say NFF has, no. NFF has to write to FIFA that they've achieved this milestone for the next tranche to be paid. Then FIFA will not send the money and they pay. And that's it. And trust me on it. But before I go there, listen, it hurts me because it's not just about Amaju. If you think you are castigating, you are trying to malign Amaju Pinnick, you are hurting this country. I'm telling you this for free. We've been opportune to travel around the world.
But people are telling us that there's a protest against Dr. Sanusi's leadership in NFF and this
no,
project.
No, Dr. Sanusi is not the leader of NFF. Dr. Sanusi is the general secretary.
Yeah,
why
but
should they?
It's also part of the leadership.
No, but why should they protest against Dr. Sanusi?
They said he didn't do well.
No, because it's the same regime change agents. We know them. We know them. I'm also in court with one of them. Okay, because let me tell you something. Yes. People should.
I want to ask a question.
Yes,
I need to ask a question. When the $1.2 million was granted to Nigeria, was there a standard in terms of the stadium that was built? Is there a FIFA standard? The reason I ask is that because what we see on TV, even though you're saying that games have been played there, it's not up to standard. And so if the money wasn't sufficient, number one is, why didn't we build according to the amount of money that was given to us? Because before a project is embarked on, you would have done the cost, you'd have done the costing, and you understand that this money is not sufficient for this stadium. Why didn't you build according to what you had money for?
Nobody said the money is not sufficient. I've just told you. Ayo, listen. This project was $1.2 million. Okay. What can $1.2 million achieve was what was done in that stadium.
So why wasn't it
Let me tell you something.
Smaller scale?
No. It is not. It's called a mini stadium. Okay, I'll give you an example. I built in Ode Shekiri, our ancestral home, through my foundation, the Barron Foundation. Yeah. We built a facility like that in Ode Shekiri. Ode Shekiri by boat is about 20-30 minutes. But trust me, I'm a Marine. That's my primary business. Okay. If, for example, you are hiring a badge, you don't hire a badge for half a day. You hire a badge for 1 day. So it's the same badge that will take your equipment from Warri to Ogborodo, to Ode Shekiri, that will take that same to Ogborodo. It's the same. The same tugboat, you don't hire, it's my business. I've been in this business since 1999. Right. So I know what I'm talking authoritatively. So how much did it cost me to build that in Ode Shekiri? It cost me less than 160 million naira.
Okay. All right.
160 million at that point was about $230,000. So what are we talking? I know what we are talking about. So when I built it in Ode Shekiri, is in big worry. You can go down and verify it through my foundation. I'm not telling you, like I said, I'm not telling you NFF is handling it at their level.
Okay.
At my level, I'm handling my own because nobody will wake up anybody. I have children. You travel every day, they pull you aside, asking you questions. My son was asking me, Daddy, why do I do all this? When they Google your name, the first thing they say, or go to ChatGPT, the first thing they say, Amaju is this is this, Sanusi is this, Shehu Diko is this. And trust me, where you hear people say things very negatively about Nigeria, it's not about me. I can escape it. But Nigeria as a country will not. And that's why countries these days take cybercrime very, very seriously.
Absolutely. All right.
Very, very seriously. So the security agencies, there's nothing. Listen, during my tenure, they even took me to ombudsman. There's nowhere that I did not take me to. For no reason. Because people wanted regime change. You could recall the issue of, I don't want to mention names, where people wanted us to leave.
Yes, well, we appreciate you taking time out to come to set the record straight. You have said that also, you know, Shehu Diko is also granting interviews.
He's done that.
And setting the record. And I think it's important for the Nigerian people in the spirit of accountability. So we do appreciate you coming this morning. If people have more questions, I'm sure they can approach you, you know, through your socials. Thank you very much.
But the gospel we should be preaching here every day is love this country.
Absolutely.
We've been opportune to go around this world. There is nowhere like home.
Absolutely.
This
we
is
agree
your
with you
home.
on that one.
So people should not just open their vocal cavity and start pouring out things against this country. Where you hear heads of state talking against Nigeria today. Let me give on that example. I know we need to leave. Let me say something before I leave. Now we are losing hosting tournaments. Do you know what somebody said to me? You have a twin problem of corruption and insecurity. Because you know why? If, for example, we want to host AFCON, there's what's called the counterpart fund that will come from CAF or from FIFA. Oh, it won't be managed properly. So we cannot even host any tournaments.
Our next segment is ready. Thank you so much. And interestingly, it's going to be sports as well. So we're going to take the conversation further. Aaron is standing by. Thank you so much.
With me.
No, you cannot. Thank you, Amaju Pinnick. Always good to have you on the show. And we look forward. And thanks for coming to set the record straight. And I'm sure Nigerians, if they have more questions, can ask the appropriate authorities.